Good evening, everybody, and thank you for the time. I think that things have changed a lot from back in the day when we went to school and made our subject choices, and we're looking at university. We were all told maths and science, that was it, and if you didn't do that, no doors were opening for you, and we were on a collision course. Things have changed dramatically, and I think we really need to clear that up when we look at our subject choices. And I also don't want to overcomplicate it. Subject choices, there are a range of subjects that kids can do. When you go to university, those subjects treble, if not more, and it's not that these universities are looking that you have studied at a matric level a subject that you are going to university to start studying. Many children will arrive at university and start a subject for the first time, and all the universities are hoping or are looking for is that you have a brain that can work at a capacity to cope with tertiary academic studies. And so when we start to have a look at this, there's two things that you need to be aware of. There's one thing where we are looking at our children passing matric BD with a bachelor's degree entrance. That actually is quite easy. It's in fact frighteningly easy for some children, because all that you need to do is pass English with 40% or more and pass four subjects at 50% or more. One of those subjects actually can be English, and then any other three subjects, or it doesn't have to be English, and it can be four other subjects, except for the subjects which are on the non-designated list. And here at St Andrews College and DSG, we only have two of those subjects, one being design, which we will talk to, and the other one being CAT, which very few children actually take. The other thing that you need to know is that LO is a non-designated subject. It doesn't count as part of those four subjects that need to get 50%. It also doesn't count towards the points that you need to add up for university. So many children will pass matric with a bachelor's degree pass, but that does not necessarily mean they will go to to varsity. If you pass matric with 40% for English and only four subjects at 50%, you will not get enough points to get into most university courses. And this is where things become tricky for the children. So passing matric and actually going to university to study are two different things. The other thing that becomes very complicated is that each university runs different point systems. If they would run one point system and we could work on that, it would be really easy. But by the time your children get into grade 11, you will have to go onto the internet and you will have to Google specific courses, but you will have to Google BSc at Stellenbosch, BSc at UCT, BSc at Rhodes, and you will see that there are different point systems, but largely the subject criteria to get into those courses are the same. All right. So when our children start to look at this, we offer a wide array of subjects at DSG and St Andrews College. But you are not able to just look at those subjects and say, great, those are my favorite ones and I am going to take them. Because we have to unfortunately group them into options in order to fit into our timetable and also to meet staffing requirements. So for example, children cannot take drama and design as a subject choice because they fall into the same option. Children also can't say, I want to do business studies and physical science, because they fall into the same option. So actually, when you look at our subject choice, it's not this massive, overwhelming thing. English in option 1 is already chosen for them. Their second language is largely by end of grade 9 already chosen for them. They're either going to do Afrikaans, isiXhosa, or French. And then we look into option 3 where we are going to do maths literacy, and I will talk about that. And then in our last option, you obviously have life orientation, which leaves a subject choice really of just 3 subjects that they need to work through. And when you are looking at this with your children, you really need to have a look, and the discussion needs to be around, what do you enjoy? What are you good at? What keeps you on that chair in front of the desk studying? Because those are going to be the subjects that are going to get your children better marks, And with better marks at the end of matric, they are going to get higher points for university. And in this day and age, that becomes really critical. Looking at most universities, to get into a Bachelor of Arts in the humanities side, you're looking at 38 points plus. Many of the things when you're getting into the BComs are starting in the 40 points, and if you're looking to get into any of the medicines or the science things, we're looking at 45 points. When you start to have a look at a system of where they give you 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 points, you are needing to get averages of 65% plus in order to be able to get into university. And if you are looking to get into the sciences, if you are getting 40% for science or 50% for science in grade 9, we are already at a problem, because 40 or 50% for science does not open doors for you. The sad reality is also 40 or 50% for science doesn't open doors to an arts degree. The universities do not weight certain subjects more, that you will get more points for doing science than you will for doing drama, that you will get more points for doing maths than you will for doing maths lit. Maths becomes a criteria for certain degrees, but where it is not a criteria, whether you have done maths or maths lit, you will get the same number of points. And this is pretty critical for the children. Alright, so I hope that you understand that when we are looking at the subject choices, we are looking at how our children are going to pass matric with a bachelor's degree entrance, and we are looking at weighing up the options to get the most points for them. One of the most critical things that you need to understand from next year, if you do not take core maths, you will not be able to do physical science or accountancy. So if a child is not strong at maths and they start with maths and they drop it along the way and they are doing accountancy, they will not be able to continue with that. So that's a pretty critical decision that needs to be made, and you've got to be really sure of your child's math skills before you actually choose subjects like accountancy and maths. When we start to look at options after school, what we look at is, people say there are 3 doors. Please, there are not 3 doors to your children's future, and if they don't open one of those, they're going to have no future. Matric is also only opening the door to the next step in their future, not to their entire future. But when we are looking at university options, we are largely looking at these 3 major things. If you are going to do a BSc, you have to have taken physical science and you have to take maths. And what I'm telling you is that you are looking at marks of 65% plus, and you'll be lucky to get into universities. If you are trying to get into the most sought after universities like UCT and Stellenbosch, then those marks need to be even higher than that to get into those courses. It's become our reality, the demand is too big. If you are going into a BCom, the only criteria to get into a BCom is that you need maths. And again, depending on your level of maths, if you want to do business science, they are looking at a high level of maths, 70% plus. You do not necessarily have to have taken accountancy or business studies to get in, but first year students will tell you that this definitely makes at least the first 6 months easier, especially when they're partying up a storm, or the first year. But those children that haven't taken, especially things like accountancy, catch up very quickly. And so you don't need to force your children to do this. You need to have a decision around whether that is the best option for them here at school. And then we also look at the humanities, which opens a whole range of things there. And there is no criteria except that you meet the point system for this. So if you are going into the humanities, depending on where you are going, there will be specific criteria. If you want to go in the humanities and study art, they will need to see an art portfolio before they accept you. If you are going into drama, you are going to have an audition. But you do not need to have a look here where you are having things like maths or science or any of those subjects. And if you are applying for a BA, whether you have done art or drama or physical science or maths literacy, when you add up those points, they are all weighted equally. And so briefly in summary there, when we are looking at this, if you are going into the BSc option, you have to look at physical science and you have to look at core maths. Life sciences is often recommended, but not necessarily absolutely critical. If you are going into a BCom, you have to take core maths. And if you are going into the humanities, then it doesn't matter what you take, unless, as I said, you are going to do a drama course or an art course or a music course. You will have to have those at a university entrance level. And please, let's not only limit this. We have many children going to university. We have hundreds of children coming out of universities with degrees. In this day and age, just having an undergrad degree does not seem to be enough. They've got to go on and do honours and more. And so we don't need to look at this not only as an option or a degree is going to guarantee you a job. There are many other options out there. Looking at some of these private colleges and things like that, and if we have talented children, particularly in things like music and art and drama, there are wonderful places where they can go. Hospitality industries. And other things, if your children are not so good at maths and along the way they end up dropping maths but they really want to go and do business, there are wonderful business colleges where they will accept these children with maths literacy, where they can go and still do marketing and those kinds of courses. And in fact, we have even seen children who have done 1 year at a business school and then transferred into BComs at universities at times. So matric is not the be-all and end-all. It is opening doors to the next step in your child's future. And from there, we have to open the next door and the next door. Thank you very much.